Maybe Hermes is cute to disarm our doubts.
Pan, I hope you're here, because I don't know where else to look for you.
Hermes too busy with the hardcore parkour.
Of course I'm here, Grace. Where else would I be but amongst the trees and the wild things? I really must thank you, by the by. Asterion is simply over the moon, and he's already repaid me with this select tome from the reliquary.
Wait, you wanted a book?
That's why you did all this? Because you wanted some book?
Not just some book, but a tome from the forbidden depths.
I doubt Hecate would be pleased.
Oh, most assuredly not. Neither would Athena, which makes it all the more delicious.
What evil spells are within? Is it a Chuck Tingle book?
Needed. More grist for the mill of your innocence, as it were.
You already knew I would, right?
Oh, did I?
Come on, Pan. How stupid do you think I am? The place you sent me for this favor just happens to be where Calliope was attacked. You had to know I'd discover that.
Oh, right. Good point, Mystic.
Why not just tell me? What's the angle? Tell me why I shouldn't be suspicious, Pan.
You have no reason to be suspicious. I know nothing of what happened to Calliope at the reliquary. I suppose the question at the heart of this is, do you believe me?
What if Pan knows what's going on, but there's a pact or spell or something? So like he cannot say or indicate whatsoever to help, but he's doing the trickster thing of helping by very oblique angles in ways that are very deniable should he be called out by whoever swore him to secrecy. Because there's way too many coincidences on how helpful his little things are, but he is, you know, putting a debt on us, calling in the debt. So, like, he is gaining. Hydrate? I'm doing a lot of theorizing. I'm trying.
But you make this really hard.
You tricksy goat.
Doubt. What a fascinating concept, and an excellent reason to hesitate. Alas, it is my burden to be forever condemned by my idle brethren. I've become accustomed to it. Truly. I've never lied to you, Grace, and I never shall. If you're looking for innocence, however, well, I'm afraid that's one thing I cannot provide.
And if I can't accept that? If I find out you're somehow involved in this?
You'll do what you do, and I'll do what I do, and we'll see where that takes us.
If
Still need your help.
For trading favors, I could use more help.
Oh, of course you could. You could live the high life, Grace. Throw caution to the wind. Embrace what you can before you...
Before I die? You don't have any hope for me, do you? You're just taking what you can get before it's over.
You'll want to find Medusa, I suppose.
She was at the reliquary, but you already knew that.
You'll find Medusa at a dingy little club appropriately named the Viper's Nest.
The Viper's Nest.
But do be careful if you call on her, Grace. Medusa is a hideous monster and should be treated as such.
All right. It's going to be metaphorical. So how is it going to be? Hey, no, she's not. Do you have dreads if you like snakes? I mean, it depends if she's glamored or not.
Scariest part of town, no sign. Just that one dude glaring at everyone. Well, I'm here now. Just another day in the life of an idol.
Grace, of all the places to run into a friend.
You literally told me about this
What are you
place.
doing here?
I'm the one who told you about this place. You didn't expect my curiosity to get the better of me?
Let me guess. You feel bad about how we left our last conversation.
Me?
Medusa, the crime of being a woman, ain't you great? Yeah.
The part where you still believe I'm gonna die.
It's true. I am a bad man and I spoke poorly. I did not, however, want you wandering into this without advice.
Medusa is the one who turns people into stone just by looking at them, right?
People, yes. Idols, not so much. Or that's my assumption. I'll admit to not knowing if she's ever turned her gaze on one of us.
I could go in there and boom, statue time?
Maybe. Probably not.
Asterian
Thanks for the confidence.
Is that right?
A truer description, I'd say, is that she's more Athena's servant. Poor thing can't survive on her own. So she's become whatever Athena needs. Spy master, enforcer, provider of garden statuary.
She sounds terrifying.
More importantly, Grace, she's clever. Medusa will be no simple target.
What's she really like, though?
But what's she really like?
She doesn't exactly come to the parties, Grace.
Seduce the Gorgon!
If idols hide in the shadows, she lurks in even darker places.
Seduce.
She's an outsider, and she loathes us as much as she needs us.
Is she dangerous?
Let's just say we're all rather relieved she stays away.
Is Medusa gonna be an anarchist?
If you have any advice, Pan, I'm all ears.
Well,
That certainly would be anathema to their very structured hierarchy.
Not really, no.
It is a sad, sad tale. Athena cursed her. A travesty of justice if there ever was one. Thing is, Athena no longer has the power to undo the curse. Or so she says. What I'm trying to say is that Medusa is not happy about it. Perhaps that's something you can use.
All right.
Okay, enough talking. Time to do this.
See,
Game time.
That's the spirit. Now there's simply the matter of getting you in before she's aware you're here.
And you'll help me with that?
As best I can, certainly. Though I
Parkour!
do have some kind of plan. A word of advice before we proceed. Once you find Medusa, make the number a knockout.
I wonder if that's a hint that I need to do like the aggressive singing more than the conciliatory or smarts. Unless we can find another entrance. Oh, we're gonna rappel in?
Follow me up here.
Nonsense. I'm helping.
Well, can you help me pick the lock on this skylight?
Do I look like some vagabond cat burglar? It's bad enough I scuffed my trousers during the climb. Far be it for me to question you, Grace, but are you certain this is wise? I rather thought we would use our wits to gain entry.
I don't recall you having any suggestions, Pan.
How'd she get up here?
To start climbing the walls, I didn't want to disturb your vigor.
Plus, you had to stare at my butt on the way up.
I can make the best of any situation.
And there we go. Coming?
We're both going to regret this.
Now, this is a way to crash the party.
Let's split up and look around.
All right, what's the Viper's Nest look like?
drink, girl, and take your seat. It's the muse. There are sacred bites. And then there's this sacred bite. So
Interesting.
so right. I'm really gonna hate myself tonight.
Right, let's play. I'm sure you can bite, okay. But you get a fight today. You're fighting grace this time. And this time's mine. This time.
For centuries, these heroes got sent to me. Each one of them bent to me.
Not meant to be this time.
This time and all time.
This time's mine.
This time's mine. This time just like every time.
He's mine.
Now look into
The Hypno Eyes. Ooh.
What'd you say, Grace? You okay, Grace? Where's the game face this time? You are currently experiencing something I like to call the preparation. Any questions or comments? That's right, it is widely known that I can turn folks to stone. But oh, I won't this time. Cause this time I find dine that the oozy musy bloods my wine this time. Looking.
Oh, this is sick.
She's looking away. Hey,
You flipped that hood. Then out came the snakes. You're so good. Finally, some stakes. Oh, the ice thing. What a difference an actual monster makes.
All right, what if we switch it up?
Athena made you like this.
she was mad at me. So
Well, why was she mad?
she said I'd been bad.
Had you been?
No. Now look into me.
Listen, Medusa. She's ashamed of what you do, but she never stops using you. Hey, I'd be a monster too. I'd be like you, big time. And it's time to realize you're the victim of a
You're
crime.
lost, little girl. No more Hail Marys. We
Ooh,
both
I
know
love this visual.
the monster's me.
You don't know, you don't know.
Do you know that you didn't?
Kill Calliope. So you know that it's true that I didn't do it.
No.
Yes, you do know, you know. Does that mean Athena knows?
No.
Persephone can help?
Fine, Grace.
Don't you see, Medusa? You are just her tool. Your queen's a user. You're Athena's feet will be Persephone. She's a friend to me. We can get you free.
You said to me,
Persephone can get you free.
so free.
Is that a yes?
That's amazing.
Did I miss something? I was hoping my entrance would be
The pan flute. Okay, dude.
Serious.
What do you think, Medusa? Will you help me out?
Oh, fine, fine. What exactly is it that you want, pretty muse?
You were at the reliquary the night Calliope was murdered. I want to know why.
Blast! This is why I didn't tell Lady Athena. I knew it would come back to haunt me. I only followed pretty Calliope to the reliquary. I never spoke to her, never even caught up to her. I swear it.
But you were there that night.
Yes, yes, I admit it. Ugh, Lady Athena will have my head. She'll mount it on a pike. Whatever you might think of me, I had no part in the muse's death. I did not even know she'd been attacked.
I
until
love
saw her fleeing.
those little scale kind of things around her, like the eye socket ridge. That's really cool. Why are you following
to the
Calliope?
reliquary. Why were you shadowing her at all?
I am Lady Athena's spy master, yes. Calliope has been trouble from time to time.
trouble enough to keep an eye on,
I keep watch over every idol who no longer lives in Olympus, but especially Calliope. When I realized she
Interesting.
was headed to the reliquary that eve, I followed. I had a duty to Athena.
Did you ever find out why Calliope went there?
I was never close enough to ask. When I drew near to the reliquary, that is when I saw the muse fleeing. She was frightened, blooded, dying.
A tasty
Little
snack
snake
for the
noises
hunt.
are.
I gave chase, yes, but to discover the truth. I knew Lady Athena would wish to know.
That does make sense from your perspective.
I didn't learn the truth until later. And then it was far too late.
You haven't told Athena any of this?
Blah, 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 blah.
You agreed to help, remember?
I told her Calliope was at the reliquary that night. I did not tell her I was also there.
Why not? Wouldn't Athena find out from Hecate anyway?
No, I was not thinking clearly. I panicked. Lady Athena barely tolerates my presence as it is. If she thought I was involved in any way, if she even suspected.
Asterion said he caught up with you out in the fog. Is that right?
I thought he was the one who had attacked her. He is a great beast of a creature.
Oh, that seems rather unlikely. The bull's as gentle as a lamb.
Yes, I had only realized my mistake once I caught up to him, and by then the muse was gone.
And you never found her afterwards?
I thought she might flee to her pretty home, or to the sharp and prickly Persephone. She did neither.
Yeah, she came to see me. Why should we believe you? You did just try to eat me.
You did hypnotize
I
me.
agreed to help you. I speak the truth.
One that conveniently paints you as innocent.
You presented
Yeah,
an
Pan.
opportunity. Oh, to taste the sweet, sweet blood of a hero once again. It's a problem. I've been working on it, I really have. I know it's hard to believe what a monster tells you.
Love how this-
but it
yeah.
is true.
I guess Hero's Blood is a bit addicting for her.
Okay.
We do have the
say
substance
we'll
use
leave
tag.
for the moment.
I've told you everything I know. We have a bargain. You said my curse might be lifted.
Hey, I'll ask Persephone. That's all I can do.
Whatever you do, pretty muse, I beg you. Do not tell Athena of my indiscretion. Show mercy. I know what I am horrifies you. It horrifies me as well. I cannot help what I am. I did not
Aww.
ask to be cursed like this.
Whether I tell Athena depends. Have you done this before?
Medusa, what happened to Artemis?
Artemis?
She left? I am a lost and cursed thing. No idol. And if
What
Lady
did happen to
Athena should learn
Artemis?
the truth,
I hope you find what you seek, pretty muse. And that we meet again someday. And sing a different song.
I do need you to shut down the opium den, though. That's you can't be doing that. Actually, those are hookahs, I think, and not
Now I just have to
opium
decide
things.
if
So
I
maybe it's
like
not that bad.
Hopefully not only her.
Is this the part where you tell me why you really came along?
Only to help, Grace. To ensure your endeavors here were successful.
He played the pan flute. It's moral support.
We'll see. Thanks for coming.
Anything I can do?
Thankfully, everything panned out.
Well then, you have a pressing matter of investigation, and I will leave you to it.
All right. Now it's time to go to Persephone.
Oh, back already, are you? It's just as well. I've asked around, called in some favors, just enough to get an idea of what all the idols are currently up to. Much as I'm loath to admit it, I'm back to thinking Pan.
His favorite part of Texas, for sure.
After all.
Why Pan? I thought you'd rejected him as a suspect.
I did.
Ah,
It doesn't
you
seem like his
see,
style.
he's doing a Refuge in
Prefers
Audacity
easy,
play.
Direct confrontation. But the thing is, how did he know about you so quickly? What does he hope to gain by sticking his nose in?
A favor or two, I guess.
Half the idols owe him a favor or two. No, he's up to something else. Until I know what it is, I can't discount the possibility that he's involved in all this.
You might be right about Pan. I thought it could be Medusa, but now I'm not so sure.
So my sources are correct. You have been running around doing things on your own.
Yeah, maybe I should bring you up to date.
Oof, you've been busy. It's good work, Grace, but that business with Medusa could have gone very badly.
I wonder if you can get a bad end with Medusa if you don't, like, fight against the paralysis. I should have brought you.
I know.
I needed to do it.
Let's focus on the important part of the story.
Which is that if you believe what she says, Medusa appears to be exonerated.
And that brings us back to Pan.
I want to send you to a party, Grace. One Aphrodite is holding.
Mm.
She and Eros know Pan perhaps better than anyone. If you go, it'll give you a chance to find out what he's really up to.
Why can't you talk to
Better than
Aphrodite?
I do. Can't you talk to her?
She and I don't get along.
Like how you and Apollo don't get along?
Even more intensely than that. I once said some things about her husband. They were true, but unwelcome. Suffice it to say, if I showed up at Aphrodite's party, revealing Pan's secrets would be the last thing on her mind.
Yeah, Persephone has a pretty great character design. Big fan of many elements.
Why a party? Couldn't I just go wherever she lives and ask her?
You could, but if you go to this party, she'll be grateful. She holds it from time to time and always asked Calliope to attend, but Calliope never would. You can put two and two together. A grateful Aphrodite might be willing to tell you what Pan is really up to.
One wild party with the goddess of love coming up.
It's less of a wild party and more of a somber affair.
You mean like a cocktail party?
Let me put it this way. Apollo will likely be there.
Gotcha. Expectations of fun downgraded considerably. I'll let you know what I find.
Going to a funeral. Got it. Let's check out the new ones. I don't want to rehash the others. Maybe talking about Apollo. Yeah, I kind of feel like I want to talk to Apollo and Freddie before we go to the party. I think we read this already. Turkish wrestler taking a quick break from his BDSM dungeon. He's nice enough, if kind of wrapped up in his own problems. Really seems the killer type, but what do I know? Pan said that Hecate, goddess of black magic, might be a bit of help in my search. And he was wrong. Very wrong. What he didn't say was why. She's the giant librarian witch goddess sworn to secrecy about anything related to her extra-dimensional tower fortress thing. Sounds weird? That's because it is. And she sure is. She's also kind of an earnest and cool, too. She knows the future, but will do whatever's supposed to happen because it's supposed to happen. Never wrap my head around that. She wasn't going to break her oath to Athena, at any rate, so I had to go along with Asterian's crazy plan to woo her with the song. Get this, the Asterian who Pan sent me to is none other than the Minotaur. That's right, half man, half bull, but not really the monster all the stories talk about. Actually, I take that back. He's not a monster at all. He's an adorkable, awkward, stuttering pile of man pudding who's hopelessly in love with Hecate, and he's desperate for my help to hook them up. Except it wasn't meant to happen, and we kind of fucked all that up. Now this is interesting. According to Asterian, Medusa was at the reliquary the night Calliope died, and that's where Calliope was attacked. He says Medusa was out there in the mists and never got inside at all. What was he doing there in the first place? Reliquary is not some place you just wander past by accident. Asterian said Medusa's pretty scary. Maybe she's the culprit we're looking for. I'm kind of curious why we didn't really get anything regarding like Persephone maybe curing Medusa. I don't know what that's about. I picked that because, you know, curing Medusa would be nice. Also, it was trait locked for having the Brainiac, so I thought we'd have like a special bonus out of it. But Persephone didn't really talk about anything of like how she would cure Medusa. All right. What's Apollo and the Oracle up to?
Grace,
Yeah, told you she'd be back.
what are you doing here? When you stayed with Persephone, I thought that... Well, I didn't expect to see you again.
You were a jerk.
I thought I'd check in on you. The way you left, well, it was quite the scene.
Ah, yes, that. I want to apologize for my outburst. Being around my family brings out the worst in me, I'm afraid. It's why I avoid them whenever possible, and why I should have resisted getting dragged into all this.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry I dragged you into it.
It was my choice. I did what I could, though I may indeed have made things worse.
You haven't. Even if you had, isn't now the time to fix it?
Goodbye, Grace.
Well?
I hope you find what you're looking for.
Oh, come on. All right, so we have nothing with there. What about Freddie? See if Freddie has anything to say.
Hey, so what's the news, Miss Muse?
Miss
Are we done?
Muse.
Have a great rest of your
have a
evening,
proper
Akari,
dress?
and a
Just
rejuvenating
want to
eve.
hear what exciting adventures you've been having. Everything else okay, though? Do we know who the killer is yet?
Hey, Phantom Knight. Welcome on by.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything
Aw,
I
thank you
can
for
do.
your head
If
pats.
I have to hustle to become your high priestess, well, so be it.
How are Kaz and Brian?
What are Kaz and Brian up to? You didn't tell them anything, did you?
No, I told them you came home, that you're okay, but that you're having a moment. They send their love.
Should we tell them, do you think?
What for? They have their own problems. Plus, Brian can't keep a secret to save his life, and Kaz is officially homeless.
Is he still crashing on Brian's couch?
Grace, you do know that Brian doesn't have a couch, right? Just some giant beanbag things?
Then where is Kaz? Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cute. They'll tell us when they're ready. But right now, it's best just to not.
Aw, good for them.
Exactly how much do you know about the Greek
Don't put
gods?
Monty in the
I know
spin
my
cycle
Greek
tapes.
mythology, but what I've read
No.
clearly doesn't line up with who they are today, or who they ever were. Maybe.
Still might be useful. There's got to be some truth to those stories, right?
Maybe. Who do you want to hear about?
Do you know
Ask
anything
about
the Muses?
Calliope.
Or Calliope in particular?
Yeah, for starters, there were supposed to be 9, though I guess there are some sources that said there were only 4, maybe 3. Each of the muses had her specialty. Did you know that Calliope is supposed to be the muse of epic poetry? She inspired the Odyssey.
Epic.
Wow. I don't even like poetry.
Yeah, it was said her singing voice was unmatched. So they got that part right at least.
Did she also lead the ancient Greeks in giant choreographed dance numbers?
No, but she once turned a bunch of snobby princesses into magpies, so there's that.
I wonder how much of those stories are
Epic,
true.
as in the musical.
I'm giving you the
Call
quick
out,
version.
call
There are
out.
reams of textbooks out there covering all this, but even they rarely agree with each other.
Really? Nothing definitive?
Ancient Greece was 3,000 years ago, Grace. Not much information survived all that time, if it was even valid to begin with.
I
Sorry about the
should
band.
really apologize about the band. This kind of puts a dent in your plans, doesn't it?
You're right, Grace. How dare you sabotage my dreams? I am so mad I could spit.
You know what I mean. Nobody could have seen this coming, sure, but it's always been something with me.
Well, as I see it, there are 2 ways this goes down. 1, neither of us gets back to the band. It was just a thing we did for a while before I founded a cult in your name. Or 2, we get back to it and the band now has the Muse as its lead singer. Edge of Elysium becomes the coolest and most appropriate band name ever.
Ugh, I still really hate that name.
Look, Grace, you can't be the source of all the drama and name the band, okay? That's the rule.
You get one or the other. All right, Grace, and you chose drama.
Okay, that's enough questions for now.
You sure? I can talk all day. You know I can.
I'll check back with you soon, Freddie. Time for more mystery solving.
All right. To the party. All right, now what is this somber party going to be about? Is it going to be some rich gala raising money for something?
Fancy party? Check. Bunch of strangers?
I feel like we're
Check.
underdressed.
Grace totally not dressed for the occasion. Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
Grace, you're here.
Yeah.
Well, he's not dressed for the
I'm
occasion
invited,
either.
aren't I?
I'm just surprised you even knew it was happening.
Persephone said I should come to this. Whatever this is.
Persephone didn't tell you? Why am I not surprised?
Persephone said Aphrodite could help me and that she'd be grateful I came. That's it.
Persephone's not wrong, but that's not the entire story. You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu recollections that aren't your own?
No. Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything.
Ah, it is like that.
In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost
Past
everything Calliope did.
memories. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. Ah, haha. I was hoping it would be like that stuff. Because, like, I had a suspicion because they keep talking about passing the Godhead on, but then people still talking about as if they had existed for thousands of years. So it's like, you can't have both. Something else is going on here.
That's gotta be a lot of memories. She was what, 1,000 years old?
More than that. Much more.
Then what happens to me?
We all
when
came
I'm
here from
20-something
space.
years? It can't be good.
Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
Not sure what to think.
A lot to take in. I'm not sure what to think.
I understand. Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing her eidolon is a way to forget for a while. That's what this party is for.
Does Aphrodite constantly pass on her eidolon so that she's always in a veil and not... Oh, I didn't even... Oh, fuck. Oh, I didn't even think about that. If it's a perfect memory of all... Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good for... Especially the women. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that PTSD tag is there for a reason. Oh boy. I don't know how in the weeds they're gonna get on this. I feel like it's gonna be barely touched, but still, just the existential concept. That's pretty grim.
Why throw a party for it? Doesn't that mean everyone's here to...
Watch her die? Yeah, I suppose so. We're also here to celebrate. We're here to help Aphrodite remember before she forgets again.
Yeah, sounds like a real banger.
This party isn't for us, Grace. It's for her.
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her 4th, I think, perhaps 5th.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift...
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much. We gather to pay our respects and to honor the past. Well, she still remembers it.
So they say the war. So is the war the reason they came here to the Americas? There was a schism between them, or perhaps we'll learn that there are other pantheons exist as like different factions of idols, perhaps, and like maybe one of the others, I don't know, Norse, whatever the slag is ruling in the European sphere. It's the Aesir and Vanir over again. Yeah. Because the other war, and again, because Epic is on the mind, is thinking of maybe the Troy War traumatizing her. Because I know Aphrodite was very much on the Troy side of the things, and traditionally, what is known, Troy did not win that war. As a matter of fact, they got fucking raised. I wonder if we'll get any more information on that.
Wait.
Calliope didn't approve.
Persephone said Calliope always refused to come to these parties.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder. It was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
I think there's it could probably just be the way that Apollo's phrasing it, because that would not be tactful. It certainly sounds like Aphrodite needs therapy. The gods, as with most mythologies, the gods need therapy, okay? They need to work through and process some of their trauma, all right? They need to just stop taking it out on the mortals, and they just need to kind of work through their stuff and get better. Who's the Greek god of therapy?
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Eventually you will remember what we experienced during the war, and eventually you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
I don't like being presented with a binary choice on this. Because I feel like this is a thing that, one, we need a lot more context on, and two, is not something that can be condensed down to a binary. This is the kind of thing that has a lot of nuance and a lot of degrees to articulate where one stands on it and why. And there's also the thing, I need to translate what are my thoughts and how the game's going to interpret it and run with it, depending on which of these choices I pick. With what we know, I'm going to go with I get it. I'm going to go with I get it.
So, what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What did she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
Mingling.
Yeah, mingling. Talk to Eros. Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Sure, yeah. Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
Yeah, and like this is really, really fraught. This is probably why it has the mention or discussion on the topic of the self-harm. So this is probably PTSD plus discussion of self-harm, because it falls under that. Because even though they are immortal, they kind of are dying when they hand off the Godhead, but not really. It's a complex thing. And I'm certainly believe that, and see, this is where it gets hard, because a lot of my stance is people should have control over their own existence. Because we don't have control over coming into existence. But this gets a lot more thorny when immortals are in play. Because she's not really dying. She's a more analogous thing is that she's giving herself amnesia. In a way, Aphrodite is ruining another. And see, that's another thing. Are these people that she's transferring the Godhead aware and consenting individuals? Or is Aphrodite just like, I like your vibes, here, be a god now? Because if these are consenting individuals that are like, I just want power for a short amount of time, fine. Because like, and that's the thing with the whole immortal memories thing carrying on, is there's a bit of ego death in that. In the idea of this is such a thing, because there's also like the concept of having like internal systems of persons. So if the consistency of memory is each distinct person is like a thing in their mind, or is it like everything is just blending together as if it's a single person? You know, do you remain your distinct identity within the collective that is now within the umbrella that is Calliope? Imagine someone with DID took. I mean, essentially, all of them have that to an extent, which does make me think. I feel like it's probably going to go more on everything blurs together into a singular person rather than each person remaining their distinct entity. Which in a way kind of makes it a little bit more fucked up that Calliope thrust this Godhead upon her. Because it basically means she's doomed Mercy to ego death of a kind. That's a recontextualization that is not so great. But I wonder if one of the things that Calliope might have been working on is a way to cut away that past. So there isn't these thousands of years of history weighing down on a person's shoulders. You know? Because I imagine there is some with all of that historical weight in your memory, I imagine they're kind of very slow to change, kind of conservative in the modes and mores they go with, perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's enough speculation. Let's go gab with Eros. It's been a minute since we've seen them. Hopefully they're doing better now.
Grace.
No, he still looks a bit sad.
Nice to. Oh, okay.
Okay, I guess he's a hugger.
I'm so happy you're here. It means so much. You have no idea.
Are you okay? You seem a bit.
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works. Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
From the sounds of it, this happens a lot.
Every 20 years or so. That's how long she can hold out until she just can't stand it anymore. Every time.
Have a wonderful, rejuvenating eat, Mystic.
At least for a while. But I don't. I remember everything. I'm there for the nightmares, the panic attacks, the days she doesn't even remember the war's over. And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
Inflicting fresh trauma on those.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of.
What about just normal therapy?
Deny anything's wrong.
Maybe that?
And I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
CBT. No, not that CBT. I don't want to ask that. So I have to ask this.
I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
I know, but it happened to Aphrodite.
Seems the audio cut out for a second. That's weird.
I might be able to help.
Could you? I suppose it wouldn't hurt. What happened is that Brother Ares happened. He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see. So he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one.
Oh, this is World War II.
Some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy. Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Oh.
I don't like this.
Oh.
What is my part in all of this?
I would rather not learn more on that.
Aphrodite loves drama. She always has. She wants us here to, well, to remember, to celebrate our history.
I do like how they don't call out who specifically, but there's enough clues to infer who they're talking about.
Could you use it to inspire her?
can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
Ares found, he found a bunch of jackboots. We're talking about Second World War. Uh-huh. And, yeah.
I'll try, if you think it'll do some good.
I don't know if it will. I just
Yeah, found
find
a
it hard
failed
to believe
painter.
It could get any worse.
Famous last words.
Tell me about it. Do whatever you think is right, Grace. And thank you.